Morning, Saturday, August 9th, 2025. I'm Larissa. It's my video diary. Oh my gosh. Look who's here. Look who's here. Oh, hey, sweet boy. Hey, sweet boy. Thank you. I get kisses whenever I want them from him. Oh, yay, Brody. Anyway, so yesterday, I got me a new skill. Oh, yeah, I just added my skills. Added my skills left and right. I am so skilled. Yes. Yeah, so yesterday I tufted a rug. Yeah. I went to this place where you can go tuft a rug, right? You pay and they give you the setup to use, right? And they have a whole bunch of different acrylic yarns and whatever. And you just have to come in with a picture of what you want to make. Well, I got a 5-hour time slot, right? 6 hours. 6 hours, 11 to 5. Oh my God. And I worked solid. I got the large size, right? I think I might have to get myself a tufting gun. The thing is, like, I had to really push myself because I took in one of the rug designs that I've made. I have a collection of rug designs, and I had tried talking to a couple rug places about having them made large because I designed them to be like 8 by 10 or bigger. So it's like, I don't know, it's like doormat size, right? The frame was well, 3 feet by 3 feet, so it's a little under 3 feet. I'd say it's like 2 3/4 by 1.5, something like that. Something like that. Anyway, oh my God, they didn't tell me till afterwards that usually when people make the big ones, that there's 2 people that work on it. It's a 2-person project. I got it done, right? But it was ugh, I hurt. And by the time I got home, like, I was all jacked up, my neck, and I had a headache, and it just hurt real bad. And I'm really sore. I had trouble sleeping last night, getting comfortable. But um, the rug is beautiful. At first, I was like, oh, this looks like shit. This is not gonna look good. Like, this looks terrible. But the finished product is really nice. It is. It's really, really nice. It was quite an undertaking. But I think I'm gonna look into getting the tools to do it myself, right? Like, not have to go there, and then I can make whatever size I want, right? Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So now I know how to make. Now I make my braided rugs, and now I can make tufted rugs too. Hmm. I got me some skills. Versus got mad skills. I do. Oh, my hands, my poor little hands, my poor little fingers. Oh my goodness, my poor little fingers, my poor little feet. Ugh, nail salons, dirty nail salons. Oh my God. I think they're gonna be okay though. I mean, it's been a few days, and tiny little bit of growth, but enough that, like, it's okay. I can say I think they're gonna grow out. I think they're gonna grow out. They're not gonna look like this forever. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. And I came home. I made dinner. After all that, oh my God, I knew it was gonna be physical, right? Like a physical activity. I was sweating. I was stinking. I was like all embarrassed. I'm like, oh, I'm sweating like crazy. And they had the air conditioning on. She kept on turning it up. And then she turned it down. And she turned it up again. I was just like, I had sweat pouring down my back, down my butt crack, down the back of my legs, under my tits. I was like all kinds of a sweaty mess. And then this bitch comes in to make a little rug, right? Like a little one. Like there was a couple that came in on a date. And then I don't know, maybe these two women were on a date too. I don't know. I think they were just friends. I don't know. I don't know. They were speaking some other language, so I don't know if they were saying to each other. They were probably saying, ooh, that bitch next to us stinks. Smell that stinky fat bitch over there. Anyway, she's wearing, it looks like silk pajamas, right? It's like this long, it was peach, and it was long sleeve, like silk pajama shirt with shorts. It looked like silk pajamas. And I'm like, oh my God, if I were wearing the silk pajamas, they would like be stuck in every crack and roll of my body right now. Oh my gosh, that'd be a big old, like, crumpled, sweaty ball. It was gross. I came home, made dinner, and then I had to take a shower. I was just like, I wanted the hot water because it hurt so goddamn bad. Omar had to help me get up off the couch to go to bed. I couldn't, I was like, oh my God. Yeah. But, anyway. Anyway, I'm, you know, I'm pleased with it. I'm pleased with it. Even though I was a big sweaty bitch. Even though I was a big sweaty bitch. So today, hopefully I'm going to finish the installation of Common Ground. That is the goal today, is to finish the installation of Common Ground. I haven't decided. The rug, I haven't decided if I'm going to hang it at home or if I'm going to hang it at the gallery. I might hang it at the gallery. I might. Just to remind myself, right? Like, I don't want to use it on the floor. Um, why? I don't really trust the backing system that they used. So they didn't. There was no glue applied. I understand why they didn't apply glue because it takes time to cure, and you wouldn't be able to move the rug and be able to finish putting the backing that goes over that. So they use like a fusible glue, um, like Pellon kind of thing. And I don't trust that it's like secure. So enough for foot traffic. Um, oh, foggy. Fog is hanging in the trees out there. Oh my God, the moon was full last night. It was so bright. It was so bright. I got to go to the bathroom. Oh my God, it hurt so bad. I got up and it was just like blue glowing light outside. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, so did I finish this installation. Oh, we were going to go on a date this weekend, but I got to get this installation done. I do. Totally got to get this installation done. So we're going to do that. Yeah. Dirt bag in the dugout. Yeah. Hey, Tufty. Brody's going to make some rugs too. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, sir. Come here. I'm sorry. I won't pull out your tufts. Look, he's got stuff hanging off his tail. He's a good boy. He was so excited to see me come home. He's like, Mommy, you are stinky. I'm like, I am stinky, buddy. Oh, what's this bullshit about Alaska? Volodymyr, I told you to be careful. I told you not to trust him. Oh my goodness. Anyway. Anyway. Señor, pero, señor, ¿cómo está? ¿Cómo está? Aquí, señor. Aquí. Come on. Come on. I know you understand me. I know you do. He's like, no, I'm not going to give you the satisfaction. He does. He speaks Spanish. When the guys come out here to work, they can talk to him, and he. Anyway. Anyway. Oh my God, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Oh, yesterday was a lot of physical activity. Burned me some calories. I did. I burned me some calories. Oh my God. I think they didn't have the fabric, the canvas that you punch through. I don't think they had it mounted tight enough. And it made it a little challenging. Like I said, I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Really, really happy. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I did the poppies, the California poppies. And I gave them a blue background. It looks really good. It looks really, really good. It does. I've been wearing my my baby necklace. One of my creepy baby necklaces, the one that's pearl knotted with the skulls, the babies with all the babies, like there's like 15 babies, plastic babies, and there's black onyx skulls and then pearls, pink baroque pearls, and it's knotted on black silk. I'll get it. And I'm wearing this piece, and nobody has said anything to me about it, but I have definitely got me some looks. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was wearing it. Went down to Carmel the other day to leave out some magazines, in their kiosks down there, right? Well, lots of people do. You can go down there and you leave your free publication or whatever. And so I did. Took a bunch of my September issues and left them down there, like pre-release. Oh my God. I was wearing my babies. I was wearing my babies, and people were like, hmm. Hmm. I went into one store because I was all sweaty Betty I had to park because it was a farmer's market. I had to park down at the beach and walk all the way up, and I was wearing these crazy shoes. And I was all sweaty Betty because it was super humid. It was super, super, super humid. And I was having hot flashes because, I'm 46 and I was having my period, and I'm like having hot flashes, and I'm like walking up and I'm like sweaty. But I went to this one jewelry store because they used to have this bracelet that I loved. They don't have it anymore. It's been a while. Somebody bought it. It was really nice. Yeah. So I went in there. I had my creepy babies, and the guy got up. And I'm like, oh, I said, don't get up for me. I said, don't put yourself out. I said, I'm just looking. And he's like, oh, well, I gotta be polite. I said, no, you don't gotta be anything. But he got up anyway. We were talking. I said, I just like coming in and looking. I don't do this kind of work. I don't do stone setting, but I appreciate it. And I said, I went like this. I said, this is nice work. I said, but it's not really my style. And he laughed, and then I showed him inside the magazine. I said, "This is my work." 'Cause this issue, September issue, has images of some of my old metal work that I used to do at Studio 19. I have a picture of one piece that I sold. I sold in Noe Valley at this boutique. It was called Finn, and I had a contract with her. Anything that she sold of mine over $1,000, she was supposed to tell me the name of the buyer. $1,000, that's high. That's high ticket for silver work, right? I mean, in the scheme of things, it's not like tons of money, particularly with the market value of silver currently. But at that time, this was like 20 years ago, a silver piece over $1,000, a wearable like that out of a boutique was high ticket. And this piece at that time sold, what was it, 19? No, I got 15 for it. So it was 30. It was a high ticket item, really high ticket item. And she never gave me the name of the person who bought it, so I have no idea. It was from Sticks and Stones. It was Sticks and Stones number 2. I still have Sticks and Stones number 1. And but she sold Sticks and Stones number 2. Really, it was a really nice piece. It was asymmetrical. It had a forged had a forged branch on the one side, and then the other side was all chain work with these little components. I hammer formed all these little leaves. Oh my God. It was like, I don't know, there was probably easily 75 leaves, these tiny little leaves that I've hammer formed. Yeah. And it fell in this cluster. And then I found these, I had these, they were dyed purple pearls, but they were faceted. They were really interesting. They were really, really, really interesting. Um, they weren't the hank of the pearls wasn't crazy expensive. I think I only paid like $50 for them, but they were really interesting, right? They were probably like seconds or thirds. The pearls were. They were probably like seconds or thirds, and they dyed them. That's why they dyed them the dark purple color. And then they were probably still kind of like, not not super desirable surfaces. And then they took some sort of abrasive wheel or something and faceted them. So they were really interesting. They were really, really interesting. They looked like you should be able to eat them. They looked like clusters of berries. And then I set those, or I wire wrapped those. I had I made head pins. They had little balls on the end. I balled up a bunch of head pins and put those on there. And then I also had faceted peridot teardrops that I wire wrapped up into them. Oh no, and then the forged branch, I had even more leaves on that, and they kind of came off it. The piece was really pretty. It was really, really, really pretty, and it had a little like dangle of cluster of these pearls at the like a pendant. Yeah, that piece took me a long time. All those tiny, 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 tiny little leaves that I hammer formed. Oh my God. That was insane work. I sat for like, when I was working on that series, because that series, Sticks and Stones, had those leaves in it. I cut all those leaves out. Like I didn't have a die stamping them. I cut all of them out by hand with my saw. Oh my God. Yeah. I think when I was making those components, I did assembly line kind of manufacture on them, in that I um, pasted down my patterns on the metal for all of those components that I was working on at the time. So there were a bunch of flower shapes. There were pansies and lilies and those leaves, and yeah, I cut those out. I cut all of those out. Yeah, that took me like a week. It took me like a week to cut all of those out by hand, because I mean hundreds. There were hundreds of them. Yeah. Like if those pieces were going to be manufactured, they would have stamped them. And they certainly wouldn't have hammer formed them either. They would have been tool and dyed. Um, they would have been stamped. But no, I hammered every single one individually. I cut out each one individually. I hammered each one. Well, I cut them out, and then I soldered on a long like eye pin. They were kind of like they were like pins. They were um like a head pin. It was like a fancy. They were like fancy head pins. The leaves were, but I soldered the wire so that the head pin, so that the wire went down the leaf and it looked like a center vein. So when I hammered that kind of feathered into the leaf. They were really nice, and I had to be really careful because I had to make sure that the rest of the wire was hardened, otherwise it would bend and break off when I was doing the hammering work, and then the wire wrapping with them after that. So they all had to be tumbled, and so they would be hardened, and then wire wrapping those was they were really stiff because they were already work hardened. Yeah. They weren't half hard. They were beyond half hard. So, oh my God. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious. That piece. So anyway, it's in there. I showed it to him. I showed the photo of this piece to this guy at this jewelry store. I said, I haven't done metal work in a long time, like real metal work. I said, this is my piece. And he's like, oh. He's like, well, that's very unique. I'm like, very, very different than what you have in your cases. I mean, my work was always very sculptural. Yeah. My work was always sculptural. Anyway. Anyway. Hey, would you please stop licking on the bed? Just gonna look he just gave me. He's like, what? He's mad because he was laying on the floor last night and I was having trouble sleeping because I hurt, and he was licking and he was like going to town, and it just sounded so gross. I was like, Brody, stop licking. He didn't. He kept licking. I was like, Brody. Then he huffed. He stopped licking. Oh, buddy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know it's your dogness. Just your dogness. Anyway. Yeah. So have I lost weight? I don't know. I don't know if I have or not. I don't know if I feel like I don't feel like I look any thinner, do I? I don't know. Fat bitch. Fat bitch. I've been eating a lot less, that's for damn sure. Anyway, we're gonna have some work done here coming up on the property. I'm gonna do some cooking for them, and I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna go all out. I think Omar's looking forward to it. I'm gonna make halupkis. I'm gonna make hunky hand grenades. I'm gonna make halupkis and pierogi and cucumber salad. I might make a bellish. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll make bellish. Maybe I will. Yeah. Anyway. Maybe I'll make gnocchi soup. Oh, that's not what they were called. I mean, my grandma Rose called them gnocchis, but because they basically are the same, but they're a much bigger dumpling. It's a much, much bigger dumpling. Yeah. And they go in soup, not in a cream sauce or anything. Yeah, big old hunky dumpling. Kind of like me, right? Big old hunky dumpling. I don't know. No. No. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. World's crazy. People are crazy. Shit's expensive as hell. Yeah. And it's foggy here in Santa Cruz, and I hurt. But I have a really cool new rug.